Yes, Emily.
Would you come in my room for a minute? I'm really worried about Kirk. He's still asleep.
Why should that upset you?
Because it's 10:15. He never sleeps this late. Sometimes he's up as early as 6:30.
Emily, last night you were worried because Kirk wasn't sleeping.
Yes, but he's sleeping so soundly. When I went in and I spoke to him, he didn't even move. And then I touched his face. It was all cold and clammy.
He's all right, Emily. I'm sure he is. And I can tell you why he's sleeping so well this morning. It's because I gave him some pills last night.
You mean sleeping pills?
I thought it was important that he get his rest. He hasn't slept for 2 nights, and in his weakened condition, that could be serious.
But do you think that was such a good idea? I mean, he is so weak.
It's a decision I decided to make. I am the doctor in this house.
Yes, of course, Daddy.
Let's go down and have some breakfast. What's the matter?
I just couldn't help feeling frightened when I saw him lying there, so still. He was hardly breathing.
It's all right.
What's going on in this house? It's not a Sunday morning, you know. People sleeping till all hours.
Well, maybe we should have more Sundays during the week, Molly, and then maybe we'd all live longer.
Yes, and maybe you might starve to death. I had things ready to fix for breakfast 2 hours ago, and nobody to fix it for.
I don't feel much like breakfast this morning, Molly.
Oh, and I suppose you only want toast and coffee?
Wrong. I think I'll have some tea and toast.
Hardly worth setting the table.
Well, why don't we just have it out here, then?
Out here? Well, whatever you say, Doctor. And what about our starboarder? What would His Majesty like for breakfast this morning?
He's still asleep, Molly.
Mm-hmm. Him, too? I don't know what's happened to this house. Certainly changed, and not for the better, either.
You're still tired, aren't you, Daddy? You didn't sleep well last night.
No, to tell the truth, I didn't.
You're worried about all this fingerprint business, aren't you? About that record that Lieutenant Curry's going to send over today.
Well, it could be here by now. Have you checked the mail?
Oh, there's nothing in there, just the usual stuff. Actually, I wouldn't expect it so early. The people at the Record Bureau are only supposed to photocopy it today, aren't they?
Well, Gil said that he was going to send it by messenger. It'll be here.
That's what you're worried about, isn't it? Same thing that is making Kirk lose sleep. You both think that those prints won't match.
I never said that, Emily. Have I ever doubted the fact that it's Kirk upstairs?
Yes, when he first came here.
Yes, but you know why that was.
I know you said it was because you were reluctant to believe that Kirk was back. And because you were afraid he was here to ruin my life again.
Your life shouldn't have been ruined by Kirk's departure 10 years ago. You let it become the most important thing in the world to you.
And it still is.
Yes, I know it is.
Daddy, everything is going to be all right. When those prints come, they're going to be exactly like Kirk's prints. I know it. Only we do have to have an expert matching the prints, don't we?
Yes, I suppose so, honey.
Well, maybe Lieutenant Curry can analyze them for us. He'll know how to do it. And then I promise you, Daddy, it's going to make a world of difference as far as Kirk is concerned, as soon as he has no doubt about who he is.
Do you think it will? Do you think it'll make him feel like Kirk? Like your husband?
Well, at least he'll be sure he's my husband. We'll just take it from there.
Well, here it is. Coffee, tea, and toast, and some cake left from last night. Some almond cake. You might enjoy it while it's still fresh.
Good. Thank you, Molly. Oh, by the way, have you checked the mailbox lately?
No. Miss Emily checked it an hour ago.
Well, maybe it's arrived since then. I'll go have a look.
And you still haven't told me what he's going to have for breakfast.
Why don't you just wait until he comes downstairs?
Well, are you sure he's coming down? It's 10:15 already.
He's just very tired, that's all.
Well, I was right. Looks like it's here.
It's Kirk's fingerprint record.
I don't know. Let's see. Yes, it's all right. Kirk Michaels, arrested, Monticello, 1-1270, grand theft auto.
Hello, Elliott. I'm sorry I don't want any magazines today.
Cute. But I'm selling something. I'm selling records. Gold-plated records.
Well, look, I'm really sorry, but I don't have time to listen to any records, and I really don't have time to talk to you, so just make yourself comfortable. I have maternal duty to perform.
Kidnapping?
No. I have to go visit Jaimey in the hospital. I have to make sure what they told me is true, that he's really well. And I have to be there by 11 o'clock because I don't want to run into his daddy.
Now, how do you know he won't?
Because I called up the DA's office and asked, and he's on his way to Oakdale. But he might stop at the hospital after he finishes there.
Oh, good. Then he can spare me a few minutes. I got something to show you.
What's that?
Preliminary drawings of the all-new unicorn. I had this guy called Jacobs draw them up for me.
Well, look, it sounds great, but I don't have time to look at pictures.
You really should. It's very exciting. This guy was very clever. He changed the whole thing and without changing the spatial relationships, which means that we don't have to move a big wall or anything.
Great.
It's good. Come on, you gotta see this. It's all gonna be done with light and color. Of course, we don't have a light system big enough.
Elliott, how many times do I have to tell you I'm not interested in your stupid disco?
My money-making machine, darling. No, but of course you have your own money-making machine, don't you, Jaimey Swift?
Would you stop saying things like that?
Too bad. Too bad. I really thought you'd be in a better mood now with the baby as well.
I will be in a wonderful mood as soon as Jaimey gets out of the hospital. Or I should say, as soon as I go get him.
Do you really think you can pull off a stunt like this? Just walk into the hospital and walk out with your baby under your arm?
I can't do it this morning because he's not going to be released for 24 hours. However, as soon as Jaimey is ready, I will be ready.
So you did have a plan E, or was it F? Well, anyway, I'm afraid that's as doomed to failure as the rest of the alphabet was.
No, it won't. The reason the other two plans failed was because he was too well protected. First there was that stupid Mrs. Goodman, and then Logan hired all those cops.
Well, come on, Raven, don't you think that there's going to be even more protection in the hospital? With all those doctors and nurses and orderlies walking around?
No. They don't realize that they have to guard Jaimey. They're just worried about protecting him against germs.
It's true. I didn't notice any armed protection there.
Logan forgot all about protecting Jaimey as soon as he got sick.
Ah. So as far as the hospital personnel know, you are still Jaimey's real mother.
Right.
But don't you think Logan might have left instructions not to leave you alone with the baby?
No, he couldn't do that. As you just said, I'm Jaimey's mother. My baby was dying, so of course they let me go see him whenever I could. Could you, give me a... So as soon as they release Jaimey, he's going to go home with his legal parent.
You sound very sure of yourself.
I am. Of course, Logan couldn't tell Dr. Santos that we were having marital problems. And even if he did, Dr. Santos couldn't deny me my visitation rights.
Have you spoken to the doctor?
I did, as a matter of fact. I told her that I was going to go pick up Jaimey as soon as she released him, and she didn't even bat an eyelash.
Raven, don't you think that Logan is going to be prepared for you doing something like this?
Nope. He is in too much of a daze over this whole situation to even think of the possibility.
How come? You can't be too sure of that.
That's true. I can't be too sure. So I guess I better be careful. Will you help me?
No.
Wait. Look, I just want you to give me a lift from the hospital.
You want me to wait downstairs in a car with the motor running?
Yes, that's exactly it. I need a getaway car. Please, Elliott, will you?
Raven, you know how I feel.
Wait. Just a lift from the hospital. See, I don't want to rely on a cab. And I can't drive a car myself because I have to carry Jaimey. It's not like you'll be a complicity in the crime. It's just you'll be doing me a favor.
A humanitarian favor, I bet. I guess that's why you like the baby so much, for humanitarian reasons.
Well, I do love Jaimey, and I love him even more right now.
More and more, huh? Mm-hmm. Just tell me, how many millions did your mother really leave him?
Look, he's going to be released tomorrow. Are you going to help me?
Raven, you are the most impossible human being in the world.
I'd rather have the word irresistible. Okay? Let's go.
Listen, Logan is the DA of this town. You better be careful. He's going to do everything he can to stop you.
He won't stop me. I'm going to do it this time. Let's go.
Well, here I am again. Bad nickel returns, or should I say bad penny? Well, I could say bad penny, but with inflation and everything.
Come on in, Logan.
You know, considering it took me 20 minutes to think up that line, I didn't get much of a reaction.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's very nice, or at least you could do, I'm sure.
Thanks.
Brought you some supplies in case you haven't had a chance to go out. You know, cheese and crackers, that sort of thing.
Thank you.
You're more than welcome.
Listen, do you want a cup of coffee?
If it's not too much trouble, I'd love
No
one.
problem at all. I got a pot on the stove.
Okay.
Sit down, make yourself comfortable.
All right.
Oh, Logan, I wanted to tell you that I'm just really ecstatic that Jaimey's going to be all right. Have you seen him this
That
morning?
makes two of us. Yo, I was there first thing. First thing. It's amazing to me the way a kid can recover from things. He was bouncing around there, giving the nurses a hard time. You okay?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Excuse me.
Was it a bad night for you?
Yeah. Yeah, it was bad. It was a nightmare. Yeah, I guess I was expecting to be unhappy here, unhappy, lonely, and maybe even a little bit frightened.
It's perfectly natural. Anybody'd be frightened being in a house by themselves.
Logan, I just didn't expect that I would be as nervous as I was. I mean, I was imagining things. Every time I heard a noise, every time the wind blew or a window pane, rattled or a floorboard creaked or an animal made a noise outside, I nearly jumped out of my skin. God, I've never been afraid in this house before. Never. I loved this house, every inch of it. Now I'm not so sure I can live in it.
That's pretty serious. It's a good thing you don't have to decide right away.
I think I made the decision when I was still in the hospital.
What do you mean?
Logan, do you think I really ever wanted to come back to this house? A place that meant so much to Draper and me?
Well, April, granted you've had a bad night here, but I don't think that can spoil your feelings about the place, can it?
No, what happened last night just confirmed what I've felt for a while, that Julie and I cannot live in a house that was meant for the three of us.
I don't think you should do anything hasty.
I'm not. I never told anyone how I felt. I wouldn't even admit it to myself, because I wanted to be so brave and so strong and overcome everything and not run away from anything. Well, I knew I'd have to try it, and I did. And it was a lot worse than I ever thought it would be.
What do you mean by worse? Did you have dreams?
Did I have dreams? Did I have nightmares? You want to know why they were nightmares? Because they were so wonderful. Because I constantly think and dream about the past, about when Draper was still alive, about the times when we were falling in love.
Don't you see, Logan? Don't you understand how cruel that is? Because I wake up or I come back to reality and he's not here. He's dead. He's not here for me to love, and there's no one here to love me. Then I dream about the carousel. I told you about that. You know, the one we found on the picnic.
Oh, yeah, when we were at the restaurant the other day. The one that was closed, but Draper got this guy to open it up just for the two of you.
Yep. And then there was the music box I told you, the one that he gave me when I went into the hospital for surgery. And just seeing that, listening to it, just floods me with all those memories again. Logan, they hurt. They hurt in the pit of my stomach, and they haunt me. God, I never would have believed that beautiful, happy memories could turn into ugly nightmares. There I was holding that damn music box, and I didn't know whether to keep it and cherish it or whether to smash it into 1,000 pieces.
Well, I don't think you want to smash it, April. I really don't think you want to do that.
No, I don't. I couldn't.
Daddy, I'm getting scared.
Of what, Emily?
It's almost 11 o'clock. Kirk has never slept this late. I just can't believe that this could be the effect of one sleeping pill.
Well, to tell the truth, I gave more than one.
More than one? Why?
I didn't think one would be effective.
Well, you don't think you might have given him too much?
I haven't overdosed a patient yet.
Oh, no, I didn't mean that. It's just... Well, he's just so weak.
Emily, he's going to be all right.
It's so ugly.
They're just fingerprints.
No. I mean, its purpose. I don't know. It just makes me so worried.
About what?
Just in case.
Just in case it isn't Kirk's?
No. There can't be any doubt. I'm not mistaken, Daddy. I'm not.
Mistaken? Mistaken about what?
Oh, Kirk, I was so worried about you. You slept so late.
I certainly did. Those pills were very effective. I told you 3 pills were too many. What about the fingerprints? Did we get the fingerprint card?
Yes, they're here.
Michaels Kirk, arrested Monticello, 1/12/70, grand theft auto. Well, there we have it. All we have to do now is take a set of my fingerprints to get the truth.
It may not be that simple. Gil Curry said that you have to know what you're doing to compare prints.
No, I can do it myself.
You can?
Yeah. Somebody showed me how one time. I'm not saying I'm an expert, but I know somewhere that I've done it before. There's a way of counting the ridges, comparing loops and arches. I think you do it with a microscope. Do we have one? Around here, a microscope?
Yes, I think so. You have one, don't you, Dad?
Yes, I have one.
That settles it then. All we have to do now is take a set of my fingerprints. You have to do this real carefully. That's why so many prints are unusable. I mean, too much ink makes the mill legible. Then you have to be sure there's no perspiration or dirt on your hands. Then it's easy, because all you do is roll it over like that.
How do you know all this?
What on earth? What kind of parlor game is this?
Please, Molly.
I'm only going to do one hand. I don't think it's necessary for me to do the other.
Don't you dare touch anything, young man. Do you hear me? I want you to make this place a mess. Filthy.
Pretty good, huh?
I really don't know.
Well, what about that microscope, Doctor?
Oh, it's in my office. I'll go get it.
No. I mean, I think we just ought to leave it there, and I'll go in the office.
I want to be with you.
No, Emily. This may take me some time. And to be absolutely honest with you, I'm not even sure I can do it the right way.
Well, seems to me we should get an expert to handle this.
No, Doctor, I have to try to do it myself. I really do.
Daddy, I'm scared. I'm so scared.